Well, he's a magician, a keynote speaker, and a champion of mental health who performs for hundreds of schools every year, plus works for corporations, parties, and much more.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I met this guy as a kid more than a decade ago. He was performing at the National Cherry Festival for the people in the open space. I watched him escape from a straitjacket more than once in like 90-degree heat. It was pretty fun. Anthony Grupido, he's joining us in studio today to talk about the message behind the magic. Anthony, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And first magic trick, I met Michelle maybe 8 or 9 years ago, but you don't age. I don't know how, it's incredible.
Thank you.
It's magic.
And by the way, it was probably more than 8 or 9 years ago, but yes, it was probably more than a decade ago. I would think.
2015. I started right out of high school street performing.
Yeah, and you were street performing at the National Cherry Festival.
It was like, like 20 shows back to back on the side of the street in straitjackets, just like yelling. And Cherry Festival though is incredible. I mean, amazing experience, and to see the Blue Angels fly over is like beautiful.
Yeah, so much fun. All right, so talk to us about what you're doing today. Talk about your mission and what you're doing with the schools.
Yeah, so I used to tour all over and opening up for people like the Impractical Jokers, got to open for like Jim Gaffigan, tons of corporate events and things like that. But I always felt that I wanted to use magic for a deeper purpose. And when I was in high school, I started creating a presentation called The Magic of Hope. And I had lost over 13 of my close friends or classmates to suicide growing up. And I really wanted to create a presentation that could actually help people, give them practical tools, practical advice. And when I launched this program, it took me all over. I visit 200 school districts a year nationwide. And a lot in Michigan, Grand Rapids area and things like that too. So.
Well, when you've got a message, you're looking for a vehicle, all right, to get that message out. And wow, you've got a pretty unique one. So how do you meld those two together? How do you work the message into the magic?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a catalyst. Even with like my TED Talk, I like to do a magic trick that is directly related to the story, kind of like sets the scene, and then give that message. So imagine you get like a 4 or 5 minute magic trick and then like a 12-minute TED Talk, and then another 4 or 5 minute magic trick and then a TED Talk. And that creates a 60 to 90 minute presentation depending on, the client needs and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. And you said you have a couple of tricks for us today.
I do.
Of course.
I do. And,
I mean, you can't come here and not do magic, sorry.
Yeah, I love it. So this is what I was thinking. I didn't want to build like a super special message for today. I just wanted to show you one of my favorite card tricks of all time. And because it's October, I think this would be awesome.
Okay.
So I grew up in Lake Orion, and that didn't necessarily mean that I came for money or anything. So I used to go to the library, and I had to rent out my magic books. So when I was pulling books off of the shelf, this little booklet called Little Bunny's Card Trick came out. I thought it was interesting. And I went up to the librarian, and I went to check it out, and she was like, Anthony, we don't have that in our system. Maybe we should just throw that away. I noticed it had like the spookiest rabbit on the front.
Yeah.
It was very worn and faded. But I've noticed also every time I do a magic trick with this book, the text changes. I'll show you what I mean. So it's Little Bunny's Card Trick.
Okay.
I was just kind of hanging out. I'll give him a casual shuffle, but do me a favor. Would someone just say stop? I'll peel a little bit off the top.
Okay, stop.
Okay, this will be your little amount of cards. Go ahead and look through them. Just kind of look at them. And do me a favor, so we don't bend the cards, because I do have another gig after this. I'll just, casually cut them or something like that. So some of the cards are jumping around and whatnot. Just say stop at any time. Doesn't matter when.
Stop.
Okay, it doesn't matter who. So
you.
I was going to say, we'll get a little amount of cards. I found the Joker here, so I'll place the rest of them away. So we both have a little amount of cards. Now, Michelle, this is what I was thinking. If you could get used to fanning them out in front of you, just like this. And then, so we don't bend them, just casually, side to side, mix them. Yeah, so they go into each other, and whenever you're satisfied, fan them back out. Okay, whenever you're ready, take as many or as little cards as you'd like away from the pack.
Okay.
And flip them over.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take yours flipped over. I want you to keep mine face up, and see how they're mixed face up, face down, just square them up. Yeah, just like that.
There you go.
And then side to side them, just like so. We are creating the most random pack of cards ever in the world. So do me a favor, whenever you're ready, fan them out in front of you. Take as many or as little as you would like away from the back. And all of those, whatever you'd like, flip over. Okay, yeah, and I'll keep mine flipped over. Question, keep them like this. Should we flip all of your cards over or all of mine?
Hers.
Okay, yeah, so square them up. And look at this, we'll flip all of these over, just like so. Now, we have created somehow the most random pack of cards like in the entire world. I don't know if the camera can see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically up, down, all
Yeah.
mixed up.
They're just
Right.
face up,
She mixed
face
them.
down.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Cards every which way.
helter-skelter.
Yes.
No way I could have ever predicted what would happen here.
No.
Sure.
Okay, like I said, every time I read this book, the text changes. It's called Little Bunny's Card Trick, perfect for Halloween. And I thought we could just kick it off.
Okay.
Okay.
With the creepiest rabbit I've ever seen drawn in a booklet. Like I said, it's almost haunted. But one day, Little Bunny found a box of playing cards, and he threw them on the table.
There they are.
Ah! I'm just joking. But one day, Little Bunny counted exactly 13 face-up cards. Could you count aloud all the cards that are face-up? We can do it together.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 of them.
There's 13
Yeah,
face-up
there's-
cards.
yeah.
Little Bunny. 7 of the cards were black, meaning spades or clubs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And it also says 6 of the cards were red.
That is also true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
6 red cards.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Little Bunny saw that all of the black cards were clubs.
No, there's a spade right there.
One got away.
Oh, which one is that?
The 4 of spades got away.
Except the 4!
What?
Ah! And we all lived happily ever after.
How do you do it? Come
Thank
on.
goodness there's a happy ending.
Seriously.
Wow. That's so cool.
So, and then of course you use that, and then you kind of segue it into.
So yeah, so this trick I don't have any special
Right, but,
messaging built into, but there are just so many ways. For example, you know, even just performing magic in a sense that isn't just to fool you or entertain you, but it really is to grab your attention, to set the scene for the message that we're talking. And when it comes to talking about tools and resources that we can use to accomplish the impossible, which is a really great message in my opinion, I just think there's no better way to do it than using magic.
Love that.
I love that.
Right.
It might feel impossible to see that trick and go, that's impossible to do. It might feel impossible for someone going through a really hard time to feel like they have hope. So, I
Yes.
mean, I can see where those can go hand in hand.
Yeah, so if we're talking about digital wellness, I might use a phone for that segment. If we're talking about unhealthy coping skills, which is what my TED Talk is about, you'll see me multiply bottles out of thin air and set the scene for a house party and things like that.
Wow.
Very cool.
A
Very
lot more
cool.
effective than a PowerPoint.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you do this for schools, you do this for corporations, you do this for all different people.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of keynote speaking, and then I'm doing a magic show today for a company at the DeVos. So that should be fun.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Anthony. We appreciate it. If you want to learn more about him, see what he does, themagicofhope.com. You can find him on socials at Anthony Grupido. We'll be right back.